My patients with gout have told me it feels like their big toe is on fire. If you've dealt with gout, you know that the flare-ups can begin with sharp, burning pain, usually in the big toe. In this video, I'm sharing with you 6 life-changing home remedies for gout that are proven to work. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Kim. I've been a holistic podiatrist for over 30 years now. Many people think gout can only be treated with medication, but in fact, gout is primarily caused by imbalances within the body, such as water intake, sleep, and exercise. Be sure to stick around until the very end to see all of my gout home remedies for fast and proven results. Let's get right into it. So let's get into 6 home remedies for gout. Now, I want to talk briefly about the 6, and then I'm going to go into the medical treatment for gout. In case you have too much pain, you have to come see me or other doctors for this problem so that we can treat that in the office. But I'd like you to try the holistic home remedies first before you get to the doctor. So let's talk about that. First one is hydration. You are dehydrated. Most of us have a dehydration problem, and you're not alone. If you have gout, that means you're not eliminating all the uric acid through your kidneys. That means you're not taking enough water. So hydration is a big problem. Alkalization is another huge problem. This is probably one of the biggest problems, is that our body is too acidic. We take a lot of things inside. Our body is very acidic to begin with because we're just not healthy. When that happens, your body produces a lot of uric acid and then it does not eliminate it. So it keeps a lot of uric acid in your body. And then you take a lot of food that has high purine or uric acid, then you're going to have a gout flare-up. So it's important for you to alkalize and how to do that all the time so you don't have to worry about eating certain things that may flare up your gout. Now, next one is supplements. There are a lot of supplements that are really, really good for your gout. So we're going to talk about that. And then the exercise. Exercise is really important. Why? Because it alkalizes your body. It makes your body move. Everything works better. You're going to be drinking more water. Everything will be more hydrated. More metabolism will be improving. So overall, your health will improve, which will help the gout flare up at the same time. Stress and sleep. You cannot leave out stress. A lot of people are stressed. When you do stress, guess what? Your body becomes alkalized. When you're not getting enough sleep, your body becomes acidic. So it's very important for you to rest and be less stressful, and then have a better sleep at night, which will all help to decrease the chance of gout flare-up. Also, your weight, when you increase your weight and you have a diabetes, they also increase your uric acid production naturally, and it can cause more gout flare-up at the same time. So we're going to talk about how do we take care of these issues holistically at home. But in case you don't get better, then you have to go see a doctor, right? So let's talk about 3 medical treatments for gout. First one is, when you come see me, first thing I'm going to do is give you some medication because it's emergency, basically. It's very urgent. So it's very important. Thank God you had this problem during the day and you called my office and you came to see me. But if this happens at nighttime, you have to go to the ER or urgent care, right? So thank God, because now you came to see me. So I'm going to give you some very strong medication. Now these are no joke. These are very strong medication because my goal is to get the pain away, get the inflammation away as soon as possible. So I give you Indocin twice a day, very strong. I usually recommend my patients to have Indocin with them all the time. In case you get a gout flare-up while you're traveling, or you go somewhere, you don't have access to medical care, this is the medication you need. Because once you start feeling this gout coming on, then you start taking this right away, then you may not have a gout flare-up, or you may have it, but it's not going to be as strong. So it's very important to have Indocin with you all the time, okay? This is your emergency medicine. Now, Colchris is another one that's really, really strong, and it's much stronger than Indocin even, because you have to keep taking this until you either vomit or you have diarrhea. That's how strong this medicine, and that's when you stop. So, but it's very strong. I rarely use it because, I have other ways to treat this problem, but I usually have people have Indocin with them. Also, other pain medication may be necessary. Chronic disease, if you have a lot of this problem all the time and you just can't get rid of it, then you take allopurinol or uric. They work on your kidney to allow the uric acid to get eliminated better. So these are the medications that you may use, or your primary doctor may put you on these medications. And hopefully you don't need it, because if you're doing the holistic treatment to get your body more alkalized, then you may not need this medication, but you may. Next one is injection. When you come see me, this is my main thing. I'm going to give you medicine to go home with, so you can keep taking the medicine until next few days, until everything calms down, but you may need either cortisone or Tramil. they both work quite well. If it's really inflamed and it's crazy like painful, then I use cortisone. I don't like cortisone that much in your joints, but this is one time I use it to quickly get rid of pain, because that's why you came in to see me. So that's Traumil. We talked about the herbal injection that I use. It's very powerful as well. It's a little swollen but not extremely painful. Then I use herbal medicine, which is my preference, but sometimes it's so painful, so red and so incredibly just unbearable that I have to use cortisone sometimes. But it's very effective. Right after the shot, it's like immediately pain goes away, and you can keep it up with a few days of indocin that usually takes care of the problem. But sometimes this is so painful, you cannot, any kind of movement can cause problems. So I either give you a boot, and sometimes I have to put a cast on it to really immobilize the area, because then you don't want any movement, because movement causes a lot of pain. Let's get into the holistic treatment that I would like you to try first. If you start feeling this coming on, or you need to live like this all the time so that you don't have this flare up all the time whenever you're having some beer. It always happens like a July 4th weekend. The week after, I see a lot of gout patients come in because they were barbecuing, right? They were having barbecue with really a lot of heavy red meat. On top of that, they're drinking beer all day long, and then it can really flare up the gout. So I really like you to hydrate first. It's very important. You have to drink half of your body weight in fluid ounce per day. If you weigh about 200 pounds, then about 100 fluid ounce, which is about 6 bottles of water. You have to drink that every day to really flush out all the toxins, flush out all the stuff in your kidneys. Your kidneys trying to get rid of all the stuff through your urine, and you need to really do that daily basis. Okay, you need to increase your kidney function. And this is very important. Coffee. I drink coffee too. Coffee is really actually good for you if you just don't put a lot of junk in it. Coffee itself is natural. It does a lot of really good. But coffee actually works to decrease the amount of uric acid production in your body. Let me repeat that. Actually, coffee is good for you for your gout. So it actually works against that enzyme that produces purine to uric acid. It prevents that from happening. So it's a very powerful way to reduce the amount of uric acid is to drink coffee. Next one is alkalizing. We talked about alkalizing your body. There are many different ways to do it. And the first way to do it is the food. Juicing celery is probably one of the best things to do, not only for your gout, it's really good for your blood pressure problem, cholesterol problem. It literally cures so many different problems. Celery is probably one of the best things you can juice on a daily basis. Really, really powerful way to alkalize your body. Tart cherries, we talked about eating about 10 tart cherries every night. There are a lot of medical journal articles touting the effect of taking 10 tart cherries every night to prevent gout. And also lemon also helps to alkalize your body. And then you need to avoid all these things. Seed oil we talked about, vegetable oil, canola oil, soy oil, a lot of vegetable oil you need to stop. Fructose, a lot of fructose corn syrup, or a lot of soft drinks, a lot of things that are made of fructose, your fruits too, you have to be careful. And a lot of grains also. And we talked about alcohol and beer and wine. You have to really reduce the amount. That would alkalize your body a little bit more. And then you also eat potassium-rich food. There are fruits and vegetables. Obviously, you have to take it easy on the fruits a little bit, but more vegetable, Brussels sprouts and broccoli. But we talked about asparagus, and then cauliflower, and then spinach, not good for you, right? Those are high purine ones, so you really try to, they look really good. They look like a really good, like spinach seems to be really good food for your alkalis, but actually it has a lot of purine, so it doesn't belong to this particular group. And then you use a lot of healthy oil rather than vegetable oil. You're gonna use avocado, coconut oil, olive oil, and the macadamia nuts has the most amazing amount of combination of good oil. And then pecan, omega-3, you need to take that as your supplement. Very, very important to alkalize your body. And also with herbs, there are a lot of great herbs that does it, celery and ginger, dandelion, cinnamon, milk thistle, rosemary, hibiscus, turmeric. And these are really powerful agents to alkalize your body. So these are the herbs that I like to take. I take every one of these every day. So it's really, really important to alkalize your whole body. Next one is a supplement. There's a lot of great supplements. I can talk on and on about supplements. I have another video on my YouTube channel about the supplements too, so you can watch some of that. But vitamin C and D is very important. Quercetin is an amazing immune system builder. Also, it's an amazing supplement to help you tamp down the inflammation. Luteolin and potassium citrate, we talked about that. The pills that you can take, baking soda, you can mix it in the warm water and drink that to really quickly alkalize your body. Magnesium, excellent. It does more than 600 different reactions in your body. Very, very amazing thing you need to be taking every day. More than 95% of the people in the United States deficient in magnesium, which is a devastating problem, causes all kinds of cramps, all kinds of other issues. And then astaxanthin is an amazing thing that only discovered like a few years ago. It's very powerful, one of the most powerful antioxidants. It's 600 times stronger than other antioxidants such as vitamin C. So astaxanthin is a very powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, and it's amazing for uric acid level. Apple cider vinegar, you take that in a warm water, and it's a little bit yucky. You can, I personally take it, but it's yucky to take the fluid. So I get capsule form, and I just take that, which is really, really good for your diabetes and metabolism, weight loss, and it does so many different things. Apple cider vinegar, krill oil, bromelain, these are amazing supplements you can take to really tamp down inflammation and help your gouty flare-up. Exercise, we talked about exercise, high intensity interval training. It's a very intense training, but it really brings out really good hormone, strong, powerful like growth hormone, strength hormone that comes out. So it's really an important exercise. There's another video that I talk a lot about this, so you can watch my other videos about this. Strength training, I really highly recommend building your muscle to balance your water and balance your sugar a lot better. You need to build muscle. I know a lot of people do a lot of aerobics, which is really, really good for your heart and your other systems, but you need to build your muscles because that's the most important thing. That's a storage area for your water and your sugar. So you need more storage in your body to be able to fight all the acidity, all these other issues that you have. And then there's a lot of great stretching you can do to really improve all of that circulation, all the inflammation will be tamped down at the same time. And then now you need to decrease stress and increase sleep. Now, I need to say any more about the stress. There's a lot of stress that causes inflammation. One of the things that I really recommend people doing, it's called the earthing. It's called grounding. When you see the plug against the wall, there's a 3 plug, there's one at the bottom one, that's called the grounding. That's electricity flowing. You need to be grounded, if not, you'll be electrocuted, right? So what we do is we have a lot of electricity flowing in our body. We need to drain all this acidity and electricity out of the brain, out of your body by walking barefooted on the earth, like on the grass, on the beach. When you do that, all that gets drained out and all that neutralizes a lot of acidity on your body. So it's an amazing thing you can do on a daily basis. If you live near the beach, go to the beach. If you have a park, go out there and go barefooted, walk around. I know you look a little funny, but it really helps your balance the whole system. So really important. And then obviously, getting more sleep, getting better sleep will be an excellent way to go. I have other videos talking about my sleep pattern, what I do every day also. So you can look for the video to watch that at the same time. And then lose weight and control diabetes. Now, one of the most important thing about all of this, losing weight and controlling diabetes, is one word, well, 2 words, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting. When you starve yourself for a long period of time, daily or weekly or monthly or yearly, if you do a lot of the fasting, then it empties out a lot of the sugar in your system, which causes your inflammation and uric acid to come about because it causes a lot of acidity in your whole body. So it's very important for you to do the intermittent fasting. And there are other videos that I made about this as well. So you watch that video. It's very important. Go research, do more. Just tell me if you want to know more about it. I can do a whole video on intermittent fasting and the way I do it, that way it works for me. But it's really important to do this to lose weight and control your diabetes. And then your diabetic diet and exercise. Obviously, exercise is very important. We talked about that already. But when you do your fasting properly, when you eat in a proper manner, proper things, but also proper timing of a cycle of fasting versus eating and doing it the right way, your body would love you and you're going to feel amazing. You're going to reduce the amount of uric acid. You don't have to worry about drinking some beer, taking some beef, and you're out barbecuing. You can eat all of that. You will acquire your food freedom if you do all the things that I just told you about. Even small everyday changes such as increasing your water intake, getting more sleep and exercise can make a biggest impact on your gout flare-ups to ensure they're gone for good. For more educational foot videos like this one, check out my next video. Until then, get educated, be empowered, encourage others today.